Hi there, welcome to Christina Hagan Live, and today I want to share with you some steps and actual myths to becoming an actress. And I want to share from my perspective and a little bit about my journey. So, first of all, is everyone born to be an actress? Is it a calling? Is it something that you have to have a passion from the minute you're born? Or is it something you kind of run into by accident, or something that you have to work really hard to get no matter what? Well, I'm going to share with you a little bit about my journey. So my journey was, no, I didn't dream of being an actress as a little girl. I actually was a tomgirl. So I didn't see myself as an actress at all, like zero. And so as I grew up as a child, my mom, she saw me kind of walking slouched, and so she always would say, Christina, stand up straight, and always gave me, the beauty tips. And even though I wasn't really so much interested, I just did what my mom said, and she I just, loved her to death, and I thought that, she was giving me whatever advice it was for my best interest. So I did it. So when I was little, I was always in activities, and such as Girl Scouts, and I did tap and jazz, and I was never the best. I tried. I was even a little bit shy, and just my memory of like, okay, can I remember the steps to do, and that feeling of nervousness when the curtains opened at the recitals. But nonetheless, I did it, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't like overly enjoy it. And so, so I did that, for a period of time. I also did, piano lessons and flute lessons and violin lessons, and really was never very good at that. And then in high school, I did cheerleading, and cheerleading was something that I tried out, and I was actually on the drill squad, which is a little bit different than cheerleading, but nonetheless, it was, be out in front of people and learn routines, and I think it was my spirit that gained me a position there. I don't think it was my looks, or at least in my head, it wasn't my looks, because I didn't shave my legs, and I didn't wear makeup. I was allowed to wear lip gloss, but that was it. And I know there was a lot of very pretty girls, and I, looked at them, but I followed the rules, and so I didn't, push that issue, and I wasn't really too interested, actually. Later I was, because I was wondering, what's going on here? Why are they getting all the attention? And I'm just, But it was okay. So moving forward, when I went to college, my mom, she put me in this contest. It was for a billboard, and it happened to be Miller Beer. And I went for the interview, and oh my gosh, I got it. And so then I would go to different venues and have to sign our poster. And I, actually, it was exciting. I kind of enjoyed that attention. I enjoyed being able to see how happy that I made people, even though I didn't know why. I just saw the enjoyment, and I really liked that part of it. And it was like that connection to be able to socialize with people. And so, and don't get me wrong, like in high school, I was, seventh grade president. I mean, somehow I did do outgoing things out of the norm, but I didn't even think about actress, at the time. So going forward, I, um, after doing this poster, I decided, and working for a couple companies, I here in San Francisco said, let me, start looking into an agent, and boy, there's a lot of agents out there, and I've always said from the get-go, this industry is probably more than 50%, probably closer to 80 or 90%, sifting out the flour. Like, you sift a flour, you got to get all that gunk out, until you have that nice sifted flour to be able to really move forward. So what I did is I went ahead and joined some, castings on my own. I didn't rely on the agent. I went ahead and found other outlets, and then there's always a networking of people too that you find that they help you, and there was different castings in San Francisco. So what you can do first is look in your local. It doesn't matter where you're at. You're going to find agents in your local area. You're going to find casting people in your local areas normally. So start there. Everything's virtual right now, so you have it a lot easier. You can just go on, there's websites. You can probably just put your pictures in there and you put your resumes. And then the rule was not more than like 20% if there was a manager and 10% if there was an agent. And those rules are pretty much, they stand. But number one, it is true that you don't need to go pay people for really, to be your agent unless they've gotten you something and you've actually got it. Then no, you're not paying anyone any kind of large sum right off the get-go. No, if you get something and a percentage, yes, but again, these are my my opinions and the things that I've learned throughout the industry. So, not to mention, like, I would want to pay because it would be worth it, but is it really going to help you? I found not. So with that in mind, go to your local, find out who your local casting people are, find out who your management companies are, and interview, talk around, ask for their references, do that. And number one is the reason why you're in this industry. I'll tell you right now, unless you're that 1%, everyone is trying to find the next gig. So really, you have to do it for yourself. I found that, yes, I did have a passion for it. I was in Miami and on a 17-day vacation in my early 20s, and I was willing to leave my family to be an extra on a movie with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. What is it called? I know you guys don't. So I didn't, but I was willing to, and that's how much I've loved this industry. Yeah, I could work for free at some point in my life. I would rather not. But I have sacrificed a lot for this industry. So again, the initial steps, find out who your casting agents are. You're probably gonna be able to submit all your pictures, virtually. You can find probably an inexpensive someone that can take your nice headshots, and you can send them over digitally. You can put in your resume. You don't have to start out with a lot. Just throw it to the wind, And so for me, that's what I did. And then little by little, I would have auditions. I would join the local community colleges for acting classes. And I took some workshops in San Francisco. Eventually, where I think the turning point for me was, I have to be honest, is a notarized acting coach in Los Angeles. And finding that, yes, I could take an audition and knew like I was fearless, I can do it. I was missing that one thing. What was that one thing? I didn't know what it was. But when I did go to the acting coach, I found it, because my initial audition, which was with a B actor, I had to kiss him. I was his wife. Well, guess what? I kissed him like this. Well, guess what? Guess who didn't get the role? Me. And so later, when I had, a really, probably not the best, but he was, pretty decent acting coach. And I was like making out in scenes and hot and heavy, and actually my mother thought perhaps I was doing porn. So in other words, I sold it. And guess what? That was a great feeling, even though my, aunts were calling my mom and saying, oh my gosh, is Kristina doing porn? I mean, I'm sorry, if you're gonna be in this industry, remember, you're gonna have to have thick skin. Trust me, you're gonna have to have thick skin. You're gonna have to filter out like the flour, all the nonsense, all the garbage. But number one, remember, you're doing it for yourself because it's a part of you, it's in you. And this is why I'm back, is because I enjoy this. I enjoy sharing with you. I enjoy you feeling my passion. And some people don't get it, and that's okay. But it doesn't mean that it's not real. Was I born with it? Did I know it? Probably not. Probably not. But eventually, as I got a taste of it, I loved it. And so I hope that this has helped a little bit. So in your comments, you can ask me more questions. I can give you more information, but I kind of want to just a little snippet of that information, so you kind of have a feel like, where, when you're thinking about it, is it something that you're willing and wanting to do, and are you looking for the monetary of it? No, I'm an actress, whether I make $0 or I make $2 million. I love the industry, and it's my passion. And so Kristina Hagan, and this is Kristina Hagan Live. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and see you soon again. Cheers.